pause everything because the internet just exploded. And no, this isn't your usual influencer drama over sponsorships or shady DMs. This is Queen Nia versus Nova Ray, the showdown nobody saw coming, but everyone secretly wanted. The self-proclaimed Prince of Pop Talk decided to take a swipe at the literal queen of the scene on livestream, and let's just say, it didn't end well for him. You ever watch someone's ego self-destruct in real time? Yeah, that's exactly what happened. 1 minute, Nova Ray was laughing, tossing shade like he's untouchable, and the next, boom, Queen Nia appeared in the chat, dragging him with surgical precision. No auto-tune, no PR team, just pure verbal carnage. And let's be real, when the internet's most unbothered icon decides to check you live, you better believe something big went down behind the scenes. So what really pushed Queen Nia over the edge? Was it a fake collab rumor, a stolen lyric, or maybe something a lot darker? Grab your popcorn, because this isn't just another influencer spat. This might be the moment that redefines internet royalty itself.
So let's rewind the chaos for a second. Before the live stream meltdown that broke every corner of TikTok, YouTube, and the shade blogs, there was peace. Or at least the fake kind of peace influencers pretend to have. Queen Nia, the reigning social media monarch with her no-drama, just vibes empire, had been minding her business, promoting her fragrance line and dropping motivational quotes like, "Don't chase clout, let it chase you." Iconic, right? But apparently, Nova Ray didn't get the memo. Now, Nova Ray, this guy's built an entire career off stirring the pot. His fans call him the truth teller of the internet, but critics, they call him a professional instigator with Wi-Fi. And to be fair, both are kind of right. He's the same creator who once accused a brand of selling expired tea just because they didn't send him PR. So when people heard that Nova had dissed Queen Nia's legacy, everyone braced themselves for a digital earthquake. It all started with Nova Ray's infamous Unfiltered Fridays livestream, a weekly chaos fest where he exposes celebrity lies, influencer secrets, and occasionally his own bad takes. On this particular night, he opened with what he called a necessary conversation about fake queens. That alone sent warning bells ringing. Within minutes, comments were blowing up. He better not be talking about Nia. Oh, this man wants views today. But Nova didn't back down. He looked straight into the camera, gave that smug smile, and said, "Some of these so-called queens built their empires on manipulation, not merit." The tone? Dripping with shade. The chat? In flames. And then came the line that would light the internet on fire. They might have millions of followers, but behind the scenes, they're just scared little girls with a ring light. Iconic, right? But apparently, Nova Ray didn't get the memo. Now, Nova Ray, this guy's built an entire career off stirring the pot. His fans call him the truth teller of the internet. But critics, they call him a professional instigator with Wi-Fi. And to be fair, both are kind of right. He's the same creator who once accused a brand of selling expired tea just because they didn't send him PR. So when people heard that Nova had dissed Queen Nia's legacy, everyone braced themselves for a digital hurricane. It all started with Nova Ray's infamous Unfiltered Fridays livestream, a weekly chaos fest where he exposes celebrity lies, influencer secrets, and occasionally his own bad takes. On this particular night, he opened with what he called a necessary conversation about fake queens. That alone sent warning bells ringing. Within minutes, comments were blowing up. He better not be talking about Nia. Oh, this man wants views today. But Nova didn't back down. He looked straight into the camera, gave that smug smile, and said, "Some of these so-called queens built their empires on manipulation, not merit." The tone dripping with shade. The chat in flames. And then came the line that would light the internet on fire. They might have millions of followers, but behind the scenes, they're just scared little girls with a ring light. Everyone knew exactly who he meant. Within seconds, hashtag Nova versus Nia was trending. Meme pages jumped in, fan accounts started posting old clips, and even neutral creators couldn't resist picking sides. Some people said Nova was brave for speaking his truth. Others accused him of clout-chasing a legend. But the real bomb didn't drop until 10 minutes later, when Queen Naya herself entered the chat. Imagine this. 200,000 people watching live, the comments scrolling so fast you can't even read them, and suddenly there it was. @Queen Naya Official. You sure you want to finish this conversation, Nova? The chat went nuclear. You could literally feel the tension through the screen. Nova tried to laugh it off, but his face said it all. He wasn't expecting her to show up. "Oh, look who decided to join the commoners," he said, trying to sound calm. But Naya wasn't there for banter. She replied instantly, "I joined to remind you who built the platform you're sitting on." And that's when the energy shifted. The comments exploded with "Queen checked" and "Drag him, Naya." Even other influencers started tuning in just to witness the digital smackdown. Some said it was the most intense moment since Will and Chris at the Oscars, only this time it was verbal warfare. But here's where things got even juicier. Sources close to Queen Naya later revealed that this wasn't random. Apparently, Nova Ray had been trying to get Naya's attention for months. He'd been tagging her in posts, remixing her interviews, even making satirical videos using her old sound bites. Basically, a one-man PR campaign built on disrespect. One anonymous source, allegedly a former member of Naya's glam squad, claimed that Nova once sent their team an email pretending to be a brand manager just to get access to her upcoming perfume line details. You can't make this up. But what really triggered Naya's fury was the claim that she had faked her charity donations. Nova flashed what he called exclusive receipts, blurry screenshots of transactions and anonymous DMs, alleging that Naya's Women Rise Fund was nothing but a front of her self-promotion. "Do the math," he said, tapping his mic. "She raised $200K, but only $80K reached the actual foundation. Where's the rest, Queen?" The audience gasped. That's when Naya clapped back live. She said, "You want math? Let's do math. You've been monetizing lies about me for 6 months, Nova. Let's count those AdSense checks instead." The crowd went wild. Even the emojis were on fire. But as it turns out, this feud wasn't just about ego. There was history. According to Internet Archives and a few eagle-eyed fans, Queen Naya and Nova Ray had once worked together. Back when? Nova was an intern on the marketing team for Naya's very first music video. He was young, ambitious, and apparently obsessed with her rise. One former team member claimed Nova used to mimic her speeches word for word, and that when she didn't take him seriously, he vowed to build a platform that would outshine hers. Fast forward 5 years, and here we are. The intern became the antagonist, the queen became the target, and social media became their battlefield. But the real twist? Just as the live stream started breaking viewership records, something happened that no one expected. Naya said, "You want proof? Check your inbox." Seconds later, Nova's reaction changed completely. He froze, his confident smirk disappeared. He glanced at his phone, went silent for 10 seconds, then mumbled, "Okay, maybe I crossed the line." The chat went nuclear again. She sent him receipts. What did she expose? Nova just malfunctioned. But Naya didn't stay to explain. She simply said, "Next time you want to talk legacy, make sure you have one." Then she logged off. Mic drop. The livestream ended moments later. Viewers tried replaying it, but the video disappeared from Nova's channel within an hour. Re-uploads kept getting claimed or blocked. Something or someone wanted it gone. But the internet never forgets. Clips of the confrontation were everywhere. Twitter, TikTok, Instagram Reels. Some users even slowed down the footage and zoomed in on Nova's shocked face like it was a Zapruder film. Memes flooded in. When Queen Naya sends you the email, the look of a man who just got dethroned. By the next morning, #Naya1 was trending worldwide. But as the smoke cleared, new questions started swirling. What exactly did Naya send him? Why did Nova suddenly back down? And why did her management team stay completely silent afterward? Usually, Naya's PR squad is quick to post follow-ups or statements. This time, nothing. Just a cryptic tweet from her account. Truth doesn't need defending, it just needs timing.
And as the day went on, it became clear this wasn't over. Because when a queen fights back, she doesn't just clap back, she changes the entire game. After the live stream, the fallout began almost immediately. Nova Ray, who had walked into that digital arena with supreme confidence, suddenly looked like a man trying to read a map in a tornado. His social media accounts exploded with notifications, thousands of mentions, tags, and comments demanding answers. Fans and haters alike were dissecting every frame of the confrontation. Clips showing his shocked expressions, the subtle eye rolls, and the pause before his fateful, maybe I crossed the line statement were being shared nonstop. Meme pages went into overdrive, creating hilarious side-by-side comparisons. Nova Ray before the email, Nova Ray after. Some people even photoshopped his face onto characters from famous movie defeats. Classic internet chaos. Meanwhile, Queen Nia's team stayed silent publicly, letting the storm brew. Behind the scenes, though, the investigative wheels were turning. Sources familiar with the situation revealed that Nia didn't just wing it during that live stream. She had been meticulously preparing for weeks. Anonymous insiders said that she had compiled an extensive dossier of Nova's past claims, alleged leaks, and financial inconsistencies. They described it as a digital truth arsenal that could take down any influencer trying to tarnish her reputation. According to one source, she knew every angle, every weak spot, every lie. Nova had no idea what he was walking into. The scandal didn't just stay on social media. Blogs, online tabloids, and even small news outlets jumped on the story, hyping the feud as a generational clash between influencer royalty and the ambitious disruptor. Headlines screamed about legacy, betrayal, and the consequences of crossing a queen. Some outlets framed it as an expose on the darker side of influencer culture, while others leaned into the humor and drama of the situation. It was a perfect storm for virality. The narrative was clear. Nova Ray had underestimated the power of timing, preparation, and a well-documented track record. Queen Nia had turned the tables in spectacular fashion. At the same time, leaked reports and insider gossip started surfacing online. There were claims, unverified but tantalizing, that Nova had attempted to manipulate contracts, engage in shady sponsorship deals, and even fabricate collaborations to boost his clout. Some anonymous sources alleged that he had approached brands under false pretenses, claiming he had connections or endorsements he didn't actually have. It was all smoke and mirrors, one alleged former collaborator said. He was creating a persona that looked bigger than his actual influence. Nia saw through it immediately. Whether true or not, these claims added layers of intrigue to the ongoing saga and fueled debates in comment sections across the internet. Public reactions became a spectacle in themselves. Fans of Queen Nia praised her strategic mastery, celebrating her as a role model who could defend her empire with elegance and precision. Others criticized Nova Ray, calling his actions desperate or clout-chasing at its peak. Fan accounts, Reddit threads, and TikTok compilations kept the story alive, creating a narrative that was as much about social media psychology as it was about the individuals involved. Every fan theory, speculation, and hot take only amplified the drama, ensuring that the story wouldn't die down anytime soon. As the day progressed, it became evident that this feud had long-term implications. Nova's credibility took a noticeable hit, and brands reportedly started re-evaluating partnerships. Some insiders whispered about potential contract renegotiations or cancellations, though nothing was officially confirmed. Meanwhile, Queen Nia's image soared, with her fanbase growing exponentially. The check she delivered became a cultural reference point, cited in memes, videos, and even casual conversations among social media communities. It wasn't just a moment, it was a turning point. The conversation then shifted to the ethics of influencer culture. Analysts and content creators began to dissect the incident, debating the fine line between accountability and public shaming. Was Nova Ray being exposed for legitimate reasons, or was this an overblown response fueled by personal rivalry? Commentaries compared the situation to past influencer scandals, highlighting patterns of manipulation, fake collaborations, and strategic feuds designed to maintain relevance. The discussion wasn't limited to online spaces. Podcasts and YouTube commentary channels picked it up, each offering their own twist on the story, deepening public engagement. But the intrigue didn't stop there. Reports surfaced claiming that Queen Nia had legal counsel reviewing Nova's past claims. According to whispers from the inside, her team had been prepared to issue cease and desist orders if necessary. While no formal legal actions had been announced, the mere suggestion of potential lawsuits added tension. Fans speculated wildly. Were contracts going to be revealed? Would there be financial repercussions? Could Nova Ray's career suffer irreparable damage? The uncertainty kept audiences hooked, fueling endless speculation across platforms. Social media algorithms, of course, loved the engagement. Every new comment, meme, or reaction fed into trending topics, making the feud unavoidable. Even casual viewers who had never followed either influencer found themselves dragged into the drama. Clips from the livestream were remixed with music, slow-motion reactions, and text overlays highlighting the most dramatic moments. Some creators created countdowns, analyzing the exact second Nova realized he had been exposed, turning it into a suspenseful, serialized narrative. Queen Nia's strategic restraint, appearing briefly, delivering her lines, and then disappearing, added to the mystique, creating a perfect blend of shock, humor, and admiration.
Then came the celebrity reactions. Other influencers began weighing in, some siding with Queen Nia, others cautiously supporting Nova Ray's right to speak. A few high-profile creators even attempted to mediate or commentate on the situation, providing analysis and predictions about what might happen next. Each statement was dissected, with audiences reading between the lines, searching for hidden alliances or future feuds. Social media became a chessboard, and the public was glued to every move. Meanwhile, the psychological aspect of the scandal fascinated observers. Nova Ray's behavior, initial confidence followed by sudden hesitation, was studied in real time by fans and psychologists alike. Analysts commented on body language, tone of voice, and engagement strategies, treating the live stream like a case study in public embarrassment and power dynamics. Every eye roll, pause, or nervous laugh was scrutinized, providing endless fodder for discussion, memes, and reaction videos. Queen Nia, on the other hand, was praised for her composure, preparation, and timing, reinforcing her status as a master of digital influence. By the end of the second day, the narrative had evolved from a simple live stream confrontation to a full-blown cultural phenomenon. Hashtags like Queen Wins, Nova Ray Exposed, and Influencer Feud 2025 dominated timelines. Fan accounts, commentary channels, and meme pages all contributed to a sprawling, multi-layered story that blurred the lines between fact, rumor, and entertainment. The incident became a reference point for discussions about credibility, reputation, and the sometimes ruthless world of social media influence. The long-term consequences were just beginning to surface. Some alleged that Nova Ray had been reconsidering his public approach, consulting PR experts, and even contemplating a temporary hiatus to recover from the backlash. Queen Nia's team, conversely, reportedly saw an opportunity to solidify her brand, expand partnerships, and subtly remind audiences of her influence. The interplay of strategy, preparation, and public perception had transformed a single live stream into a multi-dimensional saga that would be discussed for months to come. And as fans continued to dissect every post, comment, and clip, one thing was clear. This feud wasn't just about two influencers. It was a case study in social media warfare, where preparation, timing, and psychological savvy could elevate one figure and topple another. Queen Naya had delivered a decisive, unforgettable digital check, and Nova Ray's response, or lack thereof, would be analyzed and debated for years to come. This wasn't merely a scandal. It was an event, a narrative, and the lesson wrapped into one, leaving the audience in suspense, craving the next chapter, and questioning the very nature of influence, credibility, and digital power. Let's dive right back into the chaos where part 1 left off. After that infamous live stream showdown, the internet was still buzzing, but behind the scenes, the drama was just heating up. Nova's phone didn't stop buzzing, and not with fan DMs. These were screenshots, receipts, and evidence that Queen Naya had apparently sent him. People close to Nova claimed he spent hours staring at the messages, pale-faced, muttering to himself. A source who asked to remain anonymous because he doesn't want Naya coming after him next, revealed that Nova's first thought was, "This can't be real. She can't have access to this much." Meanwhile, Queen Naya went radio silent. Her social media accounts, usually brimming with motivational quotes and aesthetic photo shoots, suddenly went dark for 6 whole hours. Fans freaked out. Was this a strategic move, or was she planning something even bigger? Rumors started flying, and the engagement on her old posts skyrocketed. One insider claimed that Naya was reviewing Nova's entire history, looking for every single clip, every interview, every collaboration he ever done to create a dossier of receipts. Apparently, this wasn't just about a single live stream clapback. It was a full-scale reputation demolition.